Okay, what is going on, everybody? And today we're talking about WrestleMania 16, or better known as WrestleMania 2000. So, we go all the way back to April 2nd, 2000. This was from the city of Anaheim, California, and it was at the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, or I think it's known as the Honda Center now. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's known as the Honda Center. So yeah, WrestleMania 2000, so we're at the height of the Attitude Era right now. And what was like the success of the Attitude Era, during the late 90s, early 2000s, like what was the success? Was it Stone Cold? Was it the, raunchy content that they were doing, like the edgy content? Like what was it? I'll tell you what it was. It was the McMahons. It was them all along. Yes, it was always the McMahons. It was always their vision to have everything, for them to be in control. Which we'll talk about that here in a little bit, especially with, this show is mainly known for the huge triple threat ladder match, which will be known as the, big TLC match, the matches that the Hardy Boyz, the Dudley Boyz, and Edge and Christian would have in the later on down the road, and also with the McMahons and in all four corners of the main event. So let's quit wasting time. Let's get started with this review. So the show kicks off with a tag team match. We had the Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan going up against the Godfather and D'Lo Brown. And in the corner, and we had Ice Cube singing the song of Godfather. So if you're watching this like on the network or like on Peacock or whatever, you see like after they do the whole pyro and stuff. After they do the whole pyro and stuff, you see like magically Godfather and D'Lo Brown are in the ring. Well, the reason why is because they had to cut out the entrance of the Godfather because they had Ice Cube singing this song on down to the ring. It was like Pimpin' Ain't Easy, man, or something like that, off the Aggression album that the WWF put out. And they were really promoting that really heavy at that time. But yeah, so, you had the Godfather and D'Lo Brown, with all the hoes out there, the hoe train. And the Godfather, he really had an interesting look at this WrestleMania. Definitely in WrestleMania look, like a WrestleMania attire. There was really no build to this match here. I mean, I really wasn't watching much of this build up to the show, but I thought this was an okay match for what it was. The Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan ended up winning this match, and also Bull Buchanan, he just recently got repackaged. Because, like, I don't know what he was going under, like, before he was Bull Buchanan. I think he was going under, like, Recon. And then he got sent to the developmental for a couple years. And then he got brought back as, like, Big Boss Man's, like, henchman or something. Like, lackey. Yeah, but Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan ended up winning the match and chasing off the hose after the match. And that's basically what this match was. I mean, it wasn't a very long match. It was okay. And also, on this WrestleMania, there was like literally to no singles matches on the show. I mean, there was kind of one, but I wouldn't really call it a singles match. It was like not really even a match at that, to be honest. Yeah, so that's another thing that the show is known for. And then the next match we have is the Hardcore Battle Royal for the WWF Hardcore Championship. So for people that are kind of confused, so this isn't your normal battle royal. So basically, here's what the rules were. So it was a 15-minute time limit here, and the comparison in this match we had had Taz in the match, we had Viscera, we had Funaki, we had Kai Tai in here. Who else did we have? We had Joey Abs, we had Ronnie, we had Thrasher, we had Pete Gas, which, I'm trying to figure out what their team was. I can't exactly remember their team. But we had Crash Holly as the champion, coming in as a champion. Hardcore Holly. So, there were multiple guys in this match. So, I thought originally, okay, is this going to be a battle royal where you throw the guys over the top rope and when both feet touch the floor, you're eliminated? No. So, basically, this was, so it was a hardcore match, like a whole bunch of guys, fighting for the hardcore title. And then once you get pinned, you become the hardcore champion. And, at the end of the time limit, whoever has the hardcore championship is going to be the champion. So that's basically how this match works. So it was a lot of cluster in this match. I mean, basically, they were doing a whole bunch of wonky stuff at this time with the hardcore championship. They basically, Crash was saying that he was going to defend this title 24/7 and all that. They did a whole bunch of stuff with this title, like fighting in laundromats, fighting in hotel rooms, fighting in at not the Mall of America, but like this big arcade place or like Fun Zone or whatever it is, fighting all sorts of places. Basically starting the 24/7 rule of the hardcore title. But yeah, there was a lot of crazy things that were happening in this match, and towards the end, like it was like this really botch at the end because like we had Crash end up getting the title back towards the end of the match, and then Taz put in his like sleeper hold. Taz locked in his whatchamacallit, he locked in his like sleeper hold. And then we had Hardcore Holly, like he brought in like a candy jar, and so apparently Crash was supposed to win the match. Like he was supposed to win the match like by just a hair's teeth, like win by like very little. So he was supposed to win by very little. But Tim White, he was getting like a countdown, time, and like apparently the time was wrong, and the whole finish got botched. And apparently they get, so they let Hardcore Holly win the title, which apparently he wasn't supposed to win the title. It was supposed to be Crash Holly. He was just supposed to win by like a hair on his chin. But yeah, this was a major cluster in this match. I mean, it was cool. It was a fun match, or it was. A lot of hardcore things in this match. You had the APA in the match, like hitting a lot of cookie sheets with over the head on people. A lot of headshots in this match, I'll tell you that right now. A lot of headshots. But yeah, I mean, the match was okay for what it was. But yeah, we had Hardcore Holly winning the hardcore title. And then the next match we had TNA, which I'm not talking about the company TNA. I'm talking about Tess and Albert. And in the corner of Tess and Albert, we had Trish Stratus, which, she was definitely looking with her big old jugs. You know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm talking about. And they were going up against Head Cheese, Al Snow, and Steve Blackman, which Al Snow at this time, he was trying to get, Steve Blackman to get like, a personality about him. So they were just trying to do like multiple things with him, trying to do like milking a cow and stuff, or like doing so many different things with Steve Blackman, which I don't remember everything they were doing. And in the corner of Head Cheese, they had this guy dressed up like in a cheese suit. This like mini guy dressed up or midget dressed up in a cheese suit, and his name was Mick Cheeserton or something like that. Yeah, this match, there's really not much to say about this match. This match was basically like a Raw or SmackDown match, see on regular TV. I mean, Jerry Lawler on commentary, he said something funny like about he said Chester the Molester or something like that, because like he was going after Trish Stratus or whatnot. Yeah, this match was just very cringy to watch. I mean, TNA ended up getting a win. Tess and Albert ended up winning, which wasn't a very pretty match. And literally no build up to this match at all. And after the match, we had Al Snow and Steve Blackman beat up Chester, who was dressed up as a cheese. Yeah, not good at all. Wasn't a fan. And then the next match we had was, so we had the triangle ladder match for the WWF Tag Team Championship, which would later on, become as the TLC match, because we had this match here, and then at SummerSlam 2000, we had the TLC match, and then at WrestleMania 17, of course, we had the infamous TLC 2. So right here, we got, 3 great teams here, and they were it was the Dudley Boyz, they were cutting a promo before this match. And they were saying that they were going to raise the stakes, they were going to raise the bar, and definitely the bar got rose for this match. Crazy spots. I mean, I can't begin to go over every spot that happened in this match. We had the famous, infamous Jeff Hardy, where he does the dive on to, I don't remember, he did it onto one of the Dudley Boyz. I'm pretty sure it was Bubba Ray Dudley. Did a dive onto Bubba Ray Dudley outside the ring. He had a pretty cool spot in the match where the Dudley Boyz, they were kind of building like a Rector set out of, like a couple ladders and like tables, like put a table on a couple ladders. I thought that was pretty cool. You had a pretty cool spot with Edge and Christian, pulling down the titles, while standing on top of the tables. Some pretty high spots in the match. You had a lot of table bumps, that the Dudley Boyz were putting a lot of guys through. But yeah, I mean, in the end, Edge and Christian did end up winning. And, you had the pretty cool spot where Edge speared Jeff Hardy off the ladder. And of course, they would redo that spot at WrestleMania 17, but it would be done cooler where Jeff Hardy would swing from the title belts instead of, just getting speared off a ladder. So, they would do that spot again at Mania 17. The even bigger spot off the swing from the title belts. But yeah, Edge and Christian did end up winning. And, what a cool thing about this match is, Edge and Christian, they won all 3 of these, they won all 3 of the ladder matches. They won it here at WrestleMania 16. They won at SummerSlam 2000. And then they won at WrestleMania 17. So they won all these ladder matches. So that's a pretty cool thing. But yeah, awesome match here. Probably the best match of the night, in my opinion. And then the next match we have is... So we have a cat fight. Yes, you're hearing this right, a cat fight. And we have Val Venis as a special guest referee. So we had Terry Reynolds with the Fabulous Moolah going up against the cat with Mae Young. Yeah, I mean, it was cool seeing, Terry Reynolds and Terry Reynolds and the cat. But, and then, so basically, to win this match, it was you had to get thrown out of the ring in order to win this match. You had to throw your opponent out of the ring in order to win the match. Well, we had Mae Young out there, she was trying to, flash a lot of people throughout this match. And Val Venis, he was... he's trying to keep Mae Young from doing that. And multiple times throughout the match, we had the cat throw Terry Reynolds out, but I don't know why Mae Young, she was doing all this distracting and stuff. I mean, it was cool seeing Mae Young out there. I mean, it's always a kick to see Mae Young. And even her doing the Bronco Buster later on in the match during the Fabulous Moolah. It was fun. But yeah, this match, I don't give it any stars here. I mean, I'll give it 1 star, because we had Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young out there. Like I said, it's always fun seeing them. But yeah, this was not fun. I mean, Terry Reynolds ended up winning the match, and during the match, Terry Reynolds started kissing Val Venis. The cat started doing the same thing. I mean, yeah, this wasn't even really a match here. Not really a big fan of this at all. And it only got 2 minutes also. Like I said, they weren't really respecting the women much at this time. And then the next match we're going to move on to is the 6-person intergender tag team match. So we had Chyna and Too Cool So Too Cool, which was Grandmaster Sexay and Scotty 2 Hotty, going up against the team of the Radicals, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero, which the Radicals, they were a team from WCW, which they also had Chris Benoit on this team. So basically kind of a backstory to this was, we had Eddie Guerrero, he kind of had the hots for China, and like he was kind of like attacking China and stuff, and like China didn't want to admit it and all that, like didn't really like Eddie Guerrero. This was just a very interesting match here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this seemed like a typical TV match. I mean, I don't understand why Too Cool was in this match here. Like, why weren't... I don't understand why they didn't like have DX in this spot or something. I don't understand at all. But yeah, China and Too Cool ended up winning the match. I mean, she ended up hitting a powerbomb onto Eddie Guerrero during the match. And then also, the thing that made this match a little bit better was like having Eddie Guerrero in here. Because like, when you have Eddie Guerrero in any match, it helps bring this match up. It helps bring any match up. So, yeah, this helped the match out a little bit with having Eddie Guerrero in here. And also, the powerbomb that China tried to do was like, she botched it. It wasn't very good. Didn't come off very pretty. And she also had like a wardrobe malfunction during the match. She was trying to, not let her pants fall because, wardrobe malfunction. But yeah, China and Too Cool ended up winning. It was what it was here. Nothing special. And then the next match we had was a 2-fall triple threat match. So it's not a 2 out 3 falls match, it's a 2-fall triple threat match. And this was for the Intercontinental Championship and the European Championship. So Kurt Angle was a champion at this point. And he was doing a thing with like Bob Backlund. And Bob Backlund, said, be a man, put both titles on the line. So he got Kurt Angle to put, both titles on the line here. To be a man and stuff. And also, Bob Backlund kind of passed down like the crossface chicken wing to Kurt Angle, so he was using that in this match here. So the first fall was for the Intercontinental title, and the second fall was for the European title. And the competitors in this match we had were Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, and Kurt Angle. Like I said, Kurt Angle was coming in as a double champion here. This was a great match. I really enjoyed it. 3 great workhorse, 3 great wrestlers in here. It put on a workhorse match here. I mean, it was good stuff here. I enjoyed it. Chris Benoit ended up winning the Intercontinental title by hitting a flying headbutt off the top rope onto Chris Jericho. So Kurt Angle was not involved in the pinfall. And then Jericho ended up hitting a lion salt onto Benoit. So, once again, Kurt Angle was not involved in the pinfall, which I like how they did that there. I think that was really good. To keep Kurt Angle's momentum going strong. I think that was really good here. I think this was a really awesome match. Like I said, really great wrestlers. Good chemistry. But the commentary sometimes in this match, like Jerry Lawler, he was confused like who was in this match sometimes, and yeah, it was very interesting. But yeah, it was a solid match nonetheless. And then the next match we had was Kane and Rikishi, which apparently Kane, he turned down a title match. He turned down like an IC title match here at Mania to finish off his feud with X-Pac, which big yikes to that. Like, I don't know why Kane did that, because apparently, at Mania 15 or something, Kane and X-Pac, they've been feuding for a while, so they kind of wanted to end the feud at Mania. So we had Kane and Rikishi going up against D-Generation X of Pac and Road Dogg. And also Tori was in the corner of D-Generation X. This was a really short match. Nothing really to this match. I mean, in the match we had, Rikishi, he even did a stink face to Tori. He tried to do stink face to Road Dogg in the not Road Dogg, X-Pac in the match. Kane, he came in, did some, nice. He did okay moves in this match. Wasn't really special. Really short match. Only got like 4 minutes. Kane and Rikishi won. And then after the match, we had Pete Rose. He come out and tried to attack Kane for the 3rd year in a row, but instead ended up getting the stink face and getting beat up by Kane. And it was funny. We had Paul Bearer doing a suck it onto doing the crouch chops onto Pete Rose. I thought that was hilarious. So I guess they got a kick out beating Pete Rose every single year. I don't know. Kane just enjoyed doing that. But yeah, this was probably one of the worst things of the night, in my opinion. Next to the cat fight. And then now we move on to the main event. What the show is all about. So we had the Fatal 4-Way elimination match for the WWF Championship. So basically, how we got to this Fatal 4-Way match. So we had The Rock win the Royal Rumble. Okay, The Rock win the Rumble. In my opinion, it should have just been The Rock versus Triple H here at WrestleMania, but no. So at No Way Out, we had the Big Show beat The Rock to take his spot. So then it became the Big Show versus The Rock. The Big Show versus Triple H. Oh boy, that sounds like a great WrestleMania match. No, it doesn't. So then we have like Linda McMahon come back and like put in Mick Foley in this match, and this was gonna be his final match. Even if no matter if he lost or won. No matter if he lost, this was gonna be his final match here. Which, I'm doing air quotes, this was going to be his final match. Which, of course, we would see Mick Foley later on in better WrestleMania matches. And then eventually they would put The Rock back in this title main event. So, yeah. And also, so in the corner of each person, so in the corner of Triple H, we had Stephanie McMahon. And in the corner of The Rock, we had Mr. McMahon. Mr. McMahon was a face at this point. And in the corner of Mick Foley, we had Linda McMahon. And in the corner of Big Show, we had Shane McMahon. So we had a McMahon in each corner of each person. Yeah, so, this was a good Fatal 4 match. Typically, this is how I thought it was going to go. Throughout the match. We had... all three guys try to take out the Big Show, and then there was one point where Mick Foley did a steel chair shot to the back on Big Show, and then The Rock hit a rock bottom. 1, 2, 3, the Big Show's gone. Okay, so then they got rid of the Big Show pretty quick. And then throughout the match, we had The Rock and Mick Foley ended up kind of double teaming Triple H for a while, and then it became Mick Foley and Triple H taking out The Rock. So that's how it became. And then the second person to get eliminated was Mick Foley. He got eliminated. Well, they did a pedigree in the ring. Yeah, Mick Foley kicked out of that. And then another pedigree on a steel chair. And then Mick Foley got eliminated. And then we had some kind of like fuckery going on with Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon. They were fighting a little bit. They were taking each other out. There was one point where Shane McMahon threw a whatchamacallit, like a TV thing, like one of those TV monitors or like things at him, at Vince McMahon, busted him open. Shane hit him with a steel chair and then ended up taking Vince backstage, and Shane went backstage as well. And then it came down to Triple H and The Rock, which that's what this main event should have been. That's all it should have been. It should have been a Fatal 4-Way. But it's all about the McMahons here, of course. So we had them, they were fighting all over the ring. They were fighting, at the top of the stage, bringing a lot of environmental things in this match. Even saw a suplex through a table. That was pretty cool that The Rock did in this match. Also, there was an air table spot that Mick Foley tried to do in this match. It was very bad. Like, he tried doing an elbow drop and he just botched it completely. He hit the side of the table and it looked really bad. That was a bad spot in the match. He tried doing that on The Rock in the match. But, we have Vince come back out. And it looks like he was going to be helping out The Rock. But then hits The Rock in the face with a steel chair. And then The Rock kicks out. And then hits him again with the chair. And 1, 2, 3. And still the WWF champion, Triple H. And then after the match, The Rock, he's pissed. So... And we also have fans throwing, popcorn, throwing things in the ring, throwing sodas and throwing a whole bunch of trash in the ring because, they're pissed. They didn't want Triple H to retain. So we had The Rock ended up beating up, giving Shane McMahon a rock bottom. Vince got a rock bottom. And then even... we had Stephanie get a rock bottom and then the people's elbow. And that's how they ended off WrestleMania, letting the fans go home happy, with the babyface on top, even though The Rock didn't end up winning the title. So that's how WrestleMania 16 or WrestleMania 2000 ended. Overall, I thought it was, it was an okay WrestleMania. I wouldn't say it's the worst, but then again, the only good memorable things on the show was... So the main event right here, it was fun, the Fatal 4-Way. I enjoyed the 2-fall triple threat match. That match was fun. And then the triangle ladder match. That's really the only worthy things of watching on this pay-per-view. But yeah, that was my WrestleMania 16 review. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. So you don't have to wonder when I'm going to be making a new video. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because the more likes I have on the video, the more it helps out on the algorithm. Also, go down in the comments, let me know some videos that you want to see, some retro reviews or some, whatever you guys want to see. Go down in the comments below. I love to hear the feedback from you guys. And also go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheTrueJSB. And don't forget to share the video, share my channel. I'm on the road to 600 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get there very soon. And this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out. And I will see you guys in my next video whenever that may be.